Let me ask you, if you could have one device that had all of your console and PC games in it and you could play it all on the go, would you buy this device? While you ponder that, let me show you the latest attempt from Apple and the biggest, latest gaming publishers and developers at trying to get into your pants. The latest major high-quality big budget game to release on iPhone and iPad alongside Resident Evil 4 Remake, Death Stranding, and Resident Evil 7 Village is Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm not here to tell you if this game is good. You decide that in the comments below. What I'm here to tell you is it worth playing on your iPhone or iPad? Especially since Ubisoft decided that this port of the game is worth $50. That's right. And they initially had a sale for $25, but I decided to pass on it, even though I'm all for buying these games on my iPhone and iPad. But Assassin's Creed Mirage just didn't quite hit it. For those of you who don't know, Assassin's Creed Mirage is the latest pre-Assassin's Creed Shadows game coming out this fall in the video game franchise's series of games. It takes place in the Middle East and it attempts to satisfy the gamers asking or demanding for some of them for a more simple, less is more approach to the Assassin's Creed series. At first glance, you will notice that the graphics are downgraded from the Xbox and PlayStation versions of the game, which is no surprise. Yet I would argue it looks still impressive, with the original geometry at display and character models, world lighting, etc. being much higher than most of any open world mobile game out there. It's just the resolution quite doesn't nail it. The resolution tends to be very low, since an iPhone does have about a 2K 1440p display resolution and the iPad Pro M1 or higher, they have a display resolution capacity of about 3K, and the game seems to be running, according to my fellow YouTuber Mr. MacWright, highly suggest his in-depth analysis videos, Assassin's Creed Mirage is running at 600p on iPhone 15 Pro and 1080p on the iPad Pro. You couple that with the performance, and it is no bueno. Assassin's Creed Mirage runs poorly on iPhone 15 and iPad Pro. The game targets 30 FPS and it fails to keep it at that. Even if you change the default settings on iPhone from medium graphics fidelity to low, so don't even try the high ones, because I did, and it's just a crash fest. I mean, I'm telling you, 15 minutes of gameplay, then crash, without exception. That happened to me 6 times until I decided I'm done. And yes, for the tech nerds going in there into their keyboard typing magic, I did reboot my iPhone. I did do it a few times, practically after every time it crashed. But I also experienced the NPCs acting weird, and some of the following missions would just stop working altogether because the person I'm supposed to follow kept looking at me. I'm standing in front of them, like saying hello, and they just didn't react. Another thing I noticed is the music would just stop playing during a mission where I need to go in there and start knocking some people down, you know? Making the whole experience with the dipping frame rate issues and the frame pacing just blah. Heard from fellow YouTuber Damed Tech that even on the iPad Pro M4, the game is still locked at the 30 FPS cap. So I hope we get to see an update coming out soon to take advantage of that extra hardware, because I'm sure it can run it at 60 FPS or a 45 FPS lock cap. As you can see from this example and the fact that it crashes all the time on my iPhone, you can understand why, even though I highly recommend people and I tell them buy these titles even if you don't play them, because just like XCOM 2 and Wreckfest, that are also great ports of great games for mobile, we want to let the publishers know that these titles, we want them running locally on our devices, not on the cloud, which is not great yet. It's just doable. Now, the problem with Assassin's Creed Mirage is that I believe in its current state, I can't recommend it or encourage anybody to buy it because it's just not optimized well enough. It runs worse than all of the prior big titles that have released on iPhone Pro and iPad Pro. The 50% off sale almost got me to buy it, to support the title. But I believe that the publisher here knowing it's Ubisoft, just didn't allow the developers enough time to actually optimize it for the current hardware. What are your thoughts? Should I have purchased it, or would you purchase it at this rate? $25 or $50 normal price? Also, if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the like and sub to support the channel. I do think you are better off buying the other titles or Resident Evil Biohazard in July, which I'll be reviewing and have a video on the channel, so stick around. Also, if you have an Xbox, you can actually play Assassin's Creed Mirage with the Ubisoft Plus membership on your Xbox for only about $17. So sadly, I hope they update this game, and maybe game mode on iOS 18 will make it work just fine. But by that time, we're gonna have a new iPhone, and are they going to optimize for the older titles? Or are they just gonna let the raw power of the new one keep going? But that's all I got for you today. I'm in War07 for Richie Rich Labs, and I'll catch you in the next video.